Welcome back to Drinking by Myself. I am tired and crabby today, so this is the self that you're getting. The only good thing in my life is listening to the Taylor Swift album on repeat, and I've had to pause it to make this video for you guys, so that's why I'm in such a bad mood now. Immediately before sitting down to film this, I listened to that line in the middle of Cruel Summer where she screams, "He looks up grinning like a devil." I listened to that on repeat like maybe 25 times, and then I thought, Emma, cool down. Sit down and film a video. So maybe my heart's not in it, who knows. I'm just gonna film a tag video today because I have had no original ideas this entire week. I just put a fresh battery in, what do you want from me, bitch? Okay, that should be good now, but who bloody knows? So the tag I'm gonna do is called the Reader Problems tag, and it was created by somebody called About to Read. It's pretty old. Yep, she posted this in 2014, so as always, I am up to date with the key trends. Okay, let's do it. Let's solve some reader problems. Question number 1. You have 20,000 books on your TBR. Accurate. How in the world do you decide what to read next? Set fire to them all. I don't know. This just is my life and I haven't solved it yet. I tend to have like a priority of the books I have to read. So there's books I have to read for work, which I'll read first. Books I have to read for like book clubs and stuff. Books I have to read for readathons that I have willingly subjected myself to for some reason, even though I already have so much else to read. Those things all get priority, and then anything I just want to read, I just don't read because I don't have time. So that just stays on my TBR to the end of my life. And then I look back from my deathbed and regret all of the books I never read. Does that answer your question? Question number 2. You're halfway through a book and you're just not loving it. Do you quit or are you committed? Quit! Quit, for the love of God! I will never understand people who think they have to finish a book just because they started it. Why? Why? If it's not like a book that you're reading for work or something, why would you just out of pride have to finish a book that you chose to start reading because you thought it would be fun? If it's not fun, just don't read it. I can't be bothered with that argument. Question number 3. The end of the year is coming and you're so close but so far away on your Goodreads reading challenge. Do you try to catch up, and how? Yeah, I'm competitive, hello. If I'm close, then yeah, I'm gonna try my best. Sometimes by like changing my Goodreads challenge to fit the books I've actually read. Or, you know, just sit down and read. Just do it. Just be like, this is important to me, I want to hit the challenge. I'm going to cram. Do a readathon. Do a last minute readathon. Just cancel all your plans for the day and sit down and read 5 books in a day. I don't know. Just make it work. If you want to make it happen, you can make it happen. Question number 4. The covers of a series you love do not match. How do you cope? You don't. There is no way around this. I have been known to buy new books just so that the covers match. Or like if I have the paperback of one book by an author and a hardback of her other book or their other book, I will just buy them both in the same format just so that they match. I will own multiple copies just so that I have a matching set. I get it. It's important. You want your bookshelf to look pretty and nice. So if they just don't have matching covers, if they just change halfway through the series and there's no way of getting them to match, then that's crazy. But usually they'll like retrospectively change the last one. So yeah, just spend your money. You know what? You can't be having unmatching covers of a series. Question number 5. Everyone and their mother loves a book you really don't like. Who do you bond with over shared feelings? When I hate a book that's really popular, or when I hate a book at all, my favourite thing is to go to Goodreads and filter by 1-star reviews, and then I just read all of the other 1-star reviews. And then that feels like you're venting with somebody, even if you're just reading them. That's like who I bond with. I also really like going and reading the 1-star reviews, even if I loved a book. And if I hated it, I kind of love going and reading the 5-star reviews. It's interesting to see the other perspectives. But yeah, go look at those 1 stars if you want someone to share your pain with, because trust me, no matter how many people it seems like love a book, there will be other people out there who gave it a 1 star and wrote a hilariously scathing review on Goodreads, so you will find your people, my friend. Question number 6. You're reading a book and you're about to start crying in public. How do you deal? Just let the tears flow. I have cried in public reading maybe once or twice in my life, and it was just very cathartic, you know, you just go for it. Because people look at you and they're like, there's a girl in the prime of her life, getting emotionally invested in a wonderful book. What a glorious sight. You know, they're not going to judge you, they think it's great. But if you don't want to cry in public, just put the book down. Question 7. A sequel of a book you loved just came out, but you've forgotten a lot from the prior novel. Will you reread the book, skip the sequel, try to find a synopsis on Goodreads, cry in frustration. I like the acceleration of her question there. Oh god, that's a hard one. Yeah, if a sequel of a book I really liked is coming out, I would ideally want to reread the book, the original one, so that I remembered it. But usually, you just don't have time for rereads. Rereads are a luxury that your girl doesn't have time for. So I would just read the sequel. I might look up Spark Notes or something, just try and refresh my memory about the key points of the first one, and then just dive in. And probably it'll come back to you and you'll pick it up. Question 8. You do not want anyone, borrowing your books. How do you politely tell people no when they ask? That is a very good question. I have a real thing about people borrowing my books. It really bugs me. Which is so counterintuitive because I always say to myself and other people, the whole reason I keep so many books, I'm such a hoarder, this whole wall is just books. And I always say it's because I love the idea of having a library of all the books that I've loved and I can share them with my friends and people come around and I can give them books. That's a lovely idea. But when it comes to it, I get really panicky and all sweaty and uncomfortable and I'm like, oh my god, don't take my books. You know what I did once? This is terrible. I once lent a book to my sister. She was going to give it back. I know she was going to give it back. But while she had it, while it was gone, I could see the gap in the shelf where it should be. I knew where it should be and it wasn't there anymore. And it was upsetting me so much that I bought the book again just to fill the gap. And then my sister gave her copy back and I was like, I don't need this anymore because I bought a new one because I couldn't function without it on my shelf. So how I deal is I do lend my books because I know that I'm being ridiculous and that I want to lend books, and as long as they give them back, then that's good. So yeah, I just force myself through the pain. I lend my books and I keep careful note on my phone of who I've lent what to so that I can chase them. Because there are a few books I still have out there that other people have, and it makes my skin crawl, let me tell you. Question number 9. Reading ADD. You've picked up and put down 5 books in the last month. How do you get over your reading slump? You've just got to keep trying, I think. I go through those phases sometimes where I just DNF 100 books in a row because none of them are getting my attention. And often, I'm sorry, it's not the book's fault. If I'd read it at a different time, I might have liked them. But I think you just got to go with it. DNF the second you want to. Don't force yourself through anything because it'll make the slump worse. Keep trying new books and you will find one that you like. Maybe try a genre that you know is comfort food to you. I will go to a thriller when that happens because I know that should just suck me and I'll go for it. And then what I should do is then go back and try some of the other books again now that I'm in a better reading space, but I never do because once I've DNF'd them, they're kind of out of my life now. Question 10. There are so many new books coming out that you're dying to read. How many do you actually buy? You know what? I'm actually doing great at this these days. So it used to be that I bought all of them. The second there was a book announced that I was even remotely excited about, I was like, I'll pre-order it. So I just bought everything and my TBR was crazy high. Now my TBR is under 40 books for the first time in years. So I really try not to buy books because I already get so many books I take home from work and stuff. So I just really try not to get anything beyond that. I don't really get with this tag. Am I supposed to be giving advice or just saying what I do? If I'm supposed to be giving advice, I'm going to say just get the one that you most want to read and read it. And once you've read it, then buy the next one. Don't do a me. Don't just stack up on all of them at once. And finally, question 11, after you've bought the new books you can't wait to get to, how long do they sit on your shelf before you get to them? On my TBR shelf, my books sit there for an average of 2 years. And that's not including the ones that I get from work or that I get sent for review and I have to read. The books that I just buy for my own love of reading sit on my shelf for an average of 2 years before I get to them. That's just life. That's just how it goes. Which is also, I was saying earlier, I don't like lending books. I also don't like borrowing books. It stresses me out because I think people assume they lend you a book and you're going to read it straight away. And I'm like, please don't give me that because it'll be 2 years before I read it. And they're like, no, it's fine. And I'm like, no, you don't believe me, but it really will be 2 years. And then the second they give it to me, they force it into my hands. I know that they're waiting for it back. And I'm like, bitch, I told you, it's gonna be 2 years. Cool, that was me being crabby. I'm gonna go edit this video now for tomorrow so that it's ready for Friday morning, which is now when you're watching it. Happy Friday! So give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because I post videos twice a week. Did I say give it a thumbs up already? I think I did. Okay, see you next time. Bye!